Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently brought back an old, controversial economic term into public conversation: the Hindu rate of growth. But what exactly does it mean, and why has it remained so problematic even decades later? The phrase was coined in 1978 by economist Raj Krishna to describe India's slow GDP growth, roughly 3.5 to 4% per year, from the 1950s till the late 1980s. On the surface, it sounded like an academic shorthand, but over time, it acquired a loaded undertone, subtly suggesting that India's economic stagnation was rooted in Hindu culture, mindset, or fatalism. That interpretation has long been challenged. Many economists argue that the real reasons behind the slow growth were policy-driven, excessive state control, the license permit Raj, limited reforms, and closed markets. Angus Madison, the renowned economic historian, in his long-term research paper shows India being a dominant global economy for centuries. But this prosperity declined drastically under British rule, with India's share of world income falling to 3% by 1950. In other words, it was governance and economic strategy, not culture, that held India back. This is why Prime Minister Modi's reference to the term at a recent summit is especially significant. By calling it out, he was questioning how decades of policy failure were repackaged as a civilizational flaw. In today's moment, when India is positioning itself as one of the world's fastest growing major economies, pushing back against such labels matters. It helps separate historical policy constraints from cultural identity and reframes India's growth story on its own terms.